Welcome, men and gentleladies, to Kinetic Void. Kinetic Void is a pre-release. Maybe that's not quite the correct term. It's an alpha release. There we go. If my brain will work, my brain confused out with the thing Minecraft does, well, with the pre-releases and whatnot. Kinetic Void is a space-based custom shooter thing. I really don't know how to explain Kinetic Void. It's very interesting, and it's a very good game. I love the crap out of it. I just picked it up about 2 days ago on Steam, and it has proven very fun. It is still in development. You can back it on Steam for... not back it on Steam, tie it on Steam for, I believe, $19 currently. It's not on sale. That's the regular price for it. I'm not sure, as I was not a member or anything when they, if and when they did a Kickstarter or anything. That seems to be a new standard for these kind of things, but I don't know if you get any expansion packs or anything with that. I didn't do my research on that. But anyway, without further ado, let's get in here. Let's do creative mode, because that's more fun. If my fingers will decide they know how to use a keyboard, let's say 10 sectors, 5 factions. Sounds about right. So start. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, aside my little freak out right there, we are in the ship building view. Starting from this little cube here, you can build your very own thing with which to go flying around, blowing shit up, and whatnot. You have 5 ship sizes, size 1 through size 5, 1 being the smallest, 5 being the largest. 1 is a fire-sized ship you could expect to see 1 person in. A ship size 5 is like a capital ship, say, Dreadnought, Heavy Carrier, or something like that. Something you would certainly not want to cross in a level 1 ship. Let's say... yeah, let's do a level 1, or size 1, I keep saying level. See, my main gripe with these things is that you have all sorts of holes to work with, and none of them really line up very well with the provided cockpits. They aren't really smoothly aligning. These two are for drone control modules and a hangar. Drone control is, I believe, only on size 2, and then the hangar is only on size 3, so, yeah. Doesn't kind of make much sense, but I don't make the game, I just play it. And this is your rather large selection of hull modules to use. So let's... oh, holy crap. Okay, let's not use that. Everything is huge. Everything is bloody Titanic. I don't mean the Titanic. See, anything to work with? Don't tell me I put it on the wrong side. How does this size up for it? That is ugly as crap. See, this is my main complaint with the shipbuilding engine. It's not very good looking. It clashes something fierce, and a lot of these parts just seem insanely large for the hull size they're working with. That said, this is still an alpha, so they may not be fully resized to their constituent size. These could be size 2 size or something like that. I am not wholly certain, so keep that in mind when I say this. You can rotate these parts by hitting R to change their alignment, and then Q to roll them, so that basic kind of shape, I guess, works. Let's add a few winglet-ish things. There is no symmetry option, so have fun with that. This looks like it'll work. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, let's add some engines to this bad boy. Let's see what we have. Oh, that looks like crap. Does not blend very well. Let's turn that, say, like that. And Yeah, that's a bit big. That's sized a bit better, but that sticks out quite a bit. We'll just go with these. Alright. It's rather confusing, though. If you hold down Shift, you can keep placing blocks, but if you need to get rid of your current one, you would think Escape does it, but let's do an example. Whoops, I want to get rid of this other one. Can't click off of it. Hitting Escape brings up the menu. In order to cancel your selection, you have to press C. That was not very clear. Although they do offer a tutorial that pops up rather consistently. My fault for not reading that, so case in point, read the tutorial. Believe me, it helps a lot. Wait, what? That would explain why everything seemed damned huge. That size got set up to 2 for some reason. Now I feel like a complete and total dumbass. Just saying. Okay, yeah, this is looking a lot better already. I think this was the part we were using, I believe. Why am I rotating this? It's not the right way anyway. I feel like a dumbass now. Stupid game, you make me look bad. So we have all of that. Let's go back to our engines and get us the things we need and whatnot. How does that look? They're crappy. Looks a little bit better. Nah. We'll use these. Okay, yeah, you see that looks... Nah. No. We'll do it the right way. We'll do it the boring way, because it looks better. So, we have a basic ship laid out. Now we need to give it weapons. So, these are our weapon systems. So, we'll stick one decent turret right under the chin there. Quad barrel gun, that should do pretty good. Let's put a gun on each outrigger. Some of these weapons are not lined up very well. Like, for example, these, as you get them up on larger sizes, they suffer quite horrid misalignment off their placement node pretty badly. It's not fun to look at. Yeah, it stands out like a rather sore thumb. There are fixed guns to use, but currently I would recommend avoiding them because currently the game does not have any crosshair for them, and the targeting system used in the game is not built for them, and even if you go to manual firing, you still can move around the mouse, so you really don't get a crosshair with them, which means they're very inaccurate compared to the targeted guns that use a turret set up like that and that. So, yes, just keep that in mind if you're building ships in this game. We'll put them out on the outriggers. Of course. Now, all of the turrets in this game have limited firing arcs. Bear that in mind. So if you want to be able to hit guys coming up from behind you, you will want to be able to put turrets on the rear of your ship, and I'm going to do that now. I don't think anything's going to fit right there. No. So that gives us some pretty good fire to the rear arc, and plenty of firepower towards the forward, vertical, and downwards arc, because these guns can fire theoretically both ways. These can aim pretty high up, and they can aim pretty low down, too, so it has pretty good all-around firepower. Now, here comes the important part of this game, subsystems. What I have built here right now, although it looks awesome, is just a shell. It has none of the subsystems it needs to function, or in theory. The game doesn't currently support all of them, I don't think. Because it doesn't matter, if you have less power than you need, you can still use everything just fine, so I don't think it's quite where that would need to be yet. So, let's say, none of these really seem to do much, but we'll fill it out just simply for sake of not being min-maxing dirtwags. But so we have a crew quarter, a jump drive, a cargo bay. Let's add a kinetic field generator. These are basically your armor. Because you can add armor plating, but you run out of a lot of space to put it. And see, they require a butt-ton of energy. So let's add 8. So I can add a kinetic field generator 4 as well. So I have a total of 12 and still enough power to run them and then some. You can only add kinetic field generators and the like to the center holes. Turrets, although they can support armor plating, will not support any form of kinetic field generator. Kinetic barriers will call me. That's kind of knocking off Mass Effect, but bite me. Also, while this music is good, I turned it down halfway, and I think it is still a bit too loud, so I'm going to turn it down just to be on the safe side. I did turn it down, as you will notice, but it still feels pretty loud. I can barely hear myself. And we're back! Apparently it tried changing screen resolutions when I turned the volume down, and it just had them freak out and died. Luckily I remember how that ship was built pretty well, so we can go ahead and get that rebuilt rather quickly. I believe it was this, I think. It's on the front. Yeah, it looks about right. Yeah, that, and then that. No, that's not what I want. Flip that around. Big fat engine. Awesome vein engines. Quad bubble turret. Dual bubble turrets. And then these sci-fi looking cannons. Yeah, I do have to give up quite a number of compliments for the creation engine in this game. Even though it's a bit lacking and limited at the moment in some departments, it's still very powerful and very dynamic. And to me, it's very reminiscent of Kerbal Space Program in a very good way. So, zero complaints in that department. And you can create, even if it doesn't match up very well, you can create some very, very nice looking ships very quickly in this game, and you have full color controls up here, although I don't use it. I personally prefer the straight gunmetal color on my ship. To me, it looks better than any color I've been able to, dick around with and come up with that there, so I just leave that the way it is. It looks certainly suitable for my needs, so I leave that there, but you are full welcome to, screw around with that and get ships that are just your liking. Anyway, let's get these subsystems back going. Cargo bay, boop, boop, boop. There's a reactor. Yeah, I think that was about where we were, right? No, I think that was too high. No, that was right. We just have a buttload of excess power left over. Alright, load out our engines. Engine 3. I don't think engine boost does anything at the moment, so just go for the biggest engine you can stuff in it. So that should give us pretty good speed and acceleration. Now, I believe I added the, I added sensors already. This game seems to have a bug where if you don't have sensors equipped, all the ships will just spawn straight on you, so it does that. Okay, here we are with the armor plating. I should explain. This game will feature, eventually, a number of weapons. Energy, as in lasers. I think it'll have plasma, even though those are still technically energy, too. It'll have lasers, plasma, kinetic, that kind of stuff. There's currently 4 different types of armor in here. You have absorption plating, which is good against energy and explosives, ballistic plating, which is good against kinetic directly, compound, which is good against explosive and kinetic, nanofiber, which is good against explosives, and then reflective, which is good against energy. Absorption plating seems to be... Absorption and compound seem to be the multitaskers of the bunch, whereas these three tend to be, or seem to be more specialized. I, as a mistake, have been using compound plating here recently, but because this game only has ballistic weapons in, kinetic weapons in at the moment, it seems at this point it would be the best option to just simply load out on ballistic plating. That will change in the future if development continues as I believe it is expected to. Although I'm not the dev, so I can't speak that. That may be a scrapped idea. That's just what I heard. Your mileage may vary. Now, this is good on its own, but my main complaint is that you have to do this for each gun individually. On a ship this size, that's not bad. When you're trying to build a capital ship that has hundreds of guns on it, that becomes a nightmare. That takes longer than building a ship does. I mean, it would be nice, at least what would speed this up tenfold would be a button up here where you could just click between these, the listed guns on your craft. That by itself would speed the process up dramatically. Please, devs, if you watch this, and I doubt they will, because I'm nobody, but please add that small factor. That would make my life. So we have our little fighter here. We'll name this... I don't know. I'm trying to think of something witty. Give me a moment. Something will come to me, but I never really get that on the first try. Yes, that's cheesy, but why the shit not? That's insanely stupid, but I don't know, maybe I'll make a meme out of it. It's like Grox's Git Grinder in TF2. Alright, and here we are in the game. This, to me, personally, from what little I played of it, the graphics are very, very reminiscent of EVE Online. In fact, the gameplay in... Oh my god. That bounding box. That bounding box. That discoloration that's painful. Anyway, this does not seem to be... I think something buggered up here. I should have some sensor. I have sensors on the ship. I should have some contacts, but it appears absolutely nothing has loaded up. There should be a station, there should be a planet, and some other crap. It appears nothing has loaded up, though. Loaded up? What the hell am I talking about? But that serves pretty well because that gives me some kind of demonstrate basic functionality. This, unlike EVE Online, uses keyboard control and stuff, although I believe there is a mouse control mode that is in the game. Acceleration is done with the R key, which allows your ship to accelerate, you can turn on the engines and not decelerate. This game suffers the conventional sci-fi ship problem of that they're still firing, it's not getting any faster. I've said it before, that's not how space works. You would continue accelerating as long as you were providing thrust. You would not cap out at a speed, which I hope, I doubt it because this seems to be a core function of the game, but I hope they scrap the top speed idea and just have your amount of engines affect your acceleration and agility. Because, to me, in a game where if you have any form of space combat, the ability to go inertial and just be able to, oh, I'm going to cut my engines, but because I didn't provide any backwards thrust, I keep going. No, for some reason, even though I have no engine power going at all, I inexplicably slow down, which... No, to me, the ability to just cut engines, drift, whip around on a guy, and bring all your weapons to bear on him is certainly a big help. But that's me. I'm not trying to tell them how to make their game. That's just me personally being a sci-fi fanboy. Bite me. But that's the way the game is played. If you hold F, you can actually get yourself going in a negative direction to a certain speed. I believe it's half your forward velocity. So 311-ish backwards. Oops, I hit T. I'll have to explain what that does in a bit. So it's a third of your forward velocity, it looks like. Yeah, 1/3 your forward velocity. What you saw me accidentally do there was engage the micro warp drive. You have a function that allows you to warp between distant sectors using your warp drive. However, pressing the T button allows you to engage a micro version of your warp drive, which disables your kinetic barriers, but lets you move a lot faster, for example. And this does give you a perpetual acceleration effect. You will not stop speeding up until you cut your engines, for example. Watch. I have enough energy to engage my warp drive, hit T, and I'm accelerating. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8, 9, 10 kilometers a second, 11 kilometers a second, so on and so forth. If I cut my engines... Oops, I accidentally disabled it. I have a tendency to hit T by mistake when I'm trying to hit the buttons. But you will notice I can speed up, I cut my engines, I keep going. So, to defend my prior statement, there may be a logical explanation in the form of that piece of technology as a form of applied science in this universe as to why, with kinetic barriers engaged, you can only hit a certain speed and then your ship won't continue to accelerate. There could be some science or in-game science behind why that is. I don't know the backstory on this game too much or anything, because there's really nothing in it yet. As such, I can only make an assumption of what I can directly see. So, again, as I said before, your mileage may vary. Now, targeting, I would target if there's anything at all around me to target, but there isn't, so I will just show you manual targeting, which you can engage by pressing the X button, which engages my ship's weapon systems and links them to my mouse. So I can direct their fire as such. Which, actually, hindsight says I should probably slow down first, because I have blown up my own ships by hitting myself with my own fire if I'm traveling faster than the shots, even though that should be, per my knowledge, physically impossible, because you would have your own momentum imparted to the shots as well, which means if you provide them even the slightest amount of kinetic energy past your own, you know, say from a cartridge firing them or something like that, they should still be going faster than your ship in a vacuum. But, again, let's not question physics there. So... that's just a general fire. As you will notice, the turrets in the back are not firing. If I turn to face my rear arc, they will fire. Guns in front won't. Somebody just shot at me. Those shots came back. Someone just shot at me. Unless these come whizzing past me again, in which case I'm looping the game environment or something somehow. Let's see if these come back at me. I know I just didn't see that. Those shots whipped right past my ship. Yeah, let's check side arc. What all can fire on the side arc? Pretty good number of guns can fire on my side arc. It's got quite a bit of DACA. It's not as fast as it could be for a light or a heavy fighter, but that's okay. You had to consider a trade-off between engines and armor and agility and these things. And it has pretty heavy kinetic barriers, so... Anyway, I'm going to take us back to the shipyard. Yes, you can re-enter the editor from any time just by hitting that. I'm going to hit launch again, and hopefully it deposits us somewhere that isn't buggy. Oh, this certainly looks different. This isn't where we were last time. I do not have anything on sensors. Did I add sensors? I know I thought pretty damn sure I put sensors on this thing. Yeah, I've got sensors. I should have stuff showing up, but sensors are dead in the water. What the hell? Game, are you buggy on me? I can't really show you off if you don't give me anything to show you off with. And literally, there's nothing here. Nothing at all. Okay, well, it looks like I can't show you much with this one. I'm going to take you to the menu then, and I'm going to load up my regular, let's say I've been dicking around in. This was a light carrier I was working on. Load up one of my little ships. I'm trying to remember what I had for these things. Let's go ahead and launch. Let's see if it loads us in where it normally does with this game. Here we are. This is what regular things should look like. There's a station over there, stuff like that. So yeah, that's the plan I was talking about, but this is what it should generally look like. Generally speaking, it should generally look like this. Generally. God. On attack us. Don't see any hostile ships, though. Let's say warp over there. So we'll click on that. 540-something kilometers, align to warp, 50 kilometers. Did I miss something? We didn't really warp too much. That's an asteroid. I wonder what those asteroids are. Oh, someone wants to kill me, huh? Good. I'll make an example of you, literally. Let's see, where are we? I should have an indicator. So that's the thing is, with long-range sensors in this thing, you just get so bombarded by contacts. I can't even tell where any of my indicators or anything are. Let's look here. So there's that ship, there's the station. I have no idea where those guys are. I've got enemies, I've got a quest to go kill them, but I don't know where they are. Well, maybe they're harassing this guy. Let's go see if we can catch up. Shoot him a bit and then come down on him. This game does have an interesting inversion, though. Larger ships generally have more surface area to mount more engines, so larger ships typically end up being faster than the smaller ones in a very twisted inversion, which, to me, that's another reason why I would prefer the acceleration over just a dead speed thing. Because if you have a set speed for every craft based upon how many engines it has, whatever can mount more engines will automatically be faster. Whereas if you're basing it upon acceleration, you have constants of mass and velocity involved. Even if a smaller ship has less engines, it'll accelerate faster because its mass is less. Therefore, it'll still be able to outmaneuver and outpace a faster ship. Simply because it can't catch up to it, because it will get going faster than the other one will, faster than the other one will. If that makes any sense. So, like for example, this little cruiser, this little escort cruiser only does 486 meters a second. My capital ship can almost break 3,000 or 3 kilometers a second with its engines. That's not even on micro warp drive, that's on basic speed. And I'm not even trying to build anything particularly fast. The people have built ships that can probably just go nuts speed-wise. And I still have no idea where those bandits were. I should mention, though, if you've heard the background over me smacking my jaws perpetually, this game has an amazing soundtrack. I mean, go look it up. The soundtrack in this game is fan-fucking-tastic. Look it up. It's amazing. I just said that like 3 times, but seriously, I cannot understate it enough. This game has a great soundtrack. I mean, I think you can pick it up for like $5 along in the game. I'm seriously considering that because I've heard bits and pieces of it out on like YouTube outside the game, and it's fantastic in the game as it is. But, seriously, where the hell were those bandits? I know there's a quest going, but where the hell are they? You know, that's part of the problem with this game is it's one of the few bad points I can say on it is it has very sparse information as far as where you are, where you need to go. You know, I mean, I don't like games where it leads you by the hand, you know, this is what you need to do, and but I don't like games where it's like, oh, we gave you a quest, find where the quest is on your own, too. It's okay, give me an indicator, I'll warp there and do the shit. You know, that's how EVE Online works, or at least used to work when I played it. I don't know, I haven't played that game in years, so I only played the free trials anyway. I always used to play on minor. Yeah, I never understood the combat. I never could get good at the combat in EVE Online, so I just said, shit. You you know. I'll also get... I always play Galente, I think it was. I got the basic frigate. I think it was the one that looks like a bit like a B-wing from Star Wars. Mounted as many mining lasers as I could in full sec, because I wasn't into null sec yet. Just do that, go out there and just blast the crap out of asteroids, sell, rinse, repeat. It was boring, but then, personally to me, the whole of EVE Online is boring. It just seems like one massive grind fest. Never understood EVE Online. I mean, I can understand its appeal to some people, just to me, it just sounds like painful grinding. You know, I just personally don't understand the appeal. I haven't bothered making another trial account in God knows how long, and I don't regret that at all. Personally, to me, that's one of the reasons I like this game so much. Is to me, this is a lot like EVE Online without the insane grinding and having to wait literal weeks of real-world time to get a simple skill you need to get a new cruiser or something. That EVE Online just has too much drama. Really, it just has too much drama and crap. I mean, really, I mean, one word, goon swarm, end of story. Done. Done. And I'm taking forever here. Where the hell is a quest? I need to demonstrate the combat in this game. Where? Fuck it. We're going to an asteroid. Align 2. Warp 50 km. Wow, that was buggy. There was supposed to be a warp effect there. It did that. Yeah, that was not nearly as well orchestrated as it typically is. But let's see what's out here. We'll hit micro warp drive to get there a little bit sooner. Oh, that's closing a bit faster than we'd like to see. It's so small! It's funny to me! Let's see if we can do any damage to it. Evidently, that's a yes. So what other crap do we have to do? Because generally I ain't seeing shit. Listen towards that planet. I just realized how boring this game must be to watch. Because there isn't shit going on. There isn't diddle bloody shit going on in this game. This has got to be the most boring Let's Play I've done to date. You know what? I'll save myself time. We'll go back to Shipyard and relaunch a couple times, see if we get any real combat. Sometimes they'll just drop shit right on top of you. Anything? No? No? Okay then. Hello? Come on. Gives me combats. Give me combat. I command you. Or something. Oh, there we are. We have a red blip on our radar. Okay. Let's go beat the sod to a pulp. He's at 35 kilometers and closing. He's at... Oh, yep. He's... Much like a realistic science fiction game, killed outside of line of sight. Lock target. Engage primary weapons. Ahem! I said engage primary weapons. Well, apparently this is... I hit this bug before, too. Oh, it's out of range. Why is he running? Okay. And he's pretty damn slow if I'm catching up to him in this thing. Fuck it. He's got so little shields, I don't even think I need to worry about it too much. 34, 33, 33. There he is. Daka, 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 daka. that's the general idea of how combat works in this game. Not very fun. It's a lot of circle strafing and stuff. Generally, it seems to be just who can level, especially because the AI tracking, which you have too, it does its own tracking. It just generally seems to just be so accurate. Juking and dodging around does not seem to make much of an effect on anything. It's kind of just who can. It's just all a game of time to kill. And hold on, my phone is ringing. Pause it. Okay, my apologies about that. Damn it. Nah, I don't know what the phone call was about. I was the one who grabbed it. It was when I hadn't got to it first, but, I also took the opportunity to get a drink of water. I have a water bottle over here by me, because I noticed my throat was getting rather hoarse, so I probably started sounding a bit like crap. So, yeah. This was the, large capital ship I made. Let's see if it throws anything at us this time, because I guarantee you it's going to get swatted right out of space. Brings a lot of firepower in this work. Demonstrate the point I made. Oh, I was mistaken though. It was not almost breaking 3 kilometers. It was almost breaking 2 kilometers. Okay, a bit mistaken, but whatever. You did, but that's the large capital ship. Pretty nimble. This. Yes, this one. Little itty bitty 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 heavy fighter. Oh. We have people shooting at us. It, for being several fractions smaller, or not several fractions, not several fractions, but several factors of power was the brain my word was crap, I can't speak to save my life. This thing only goes slightly faster than that one. Tracking these things a bit. Oh, he ran me here. I'm dropping mouse control. This is working a bit better. He's down. Thought I saw another red contact over here. Yeah, I did. Oh, he's way hell out there. Warp to 50 kilometers. That's what that's supposed to look like, properly. I do like the look of this one, though. I tried building it after one of the ships in, EVE Online, but it didn't work out too well. Closing the distance pretty well. 2019. Go low, around. Where is he? Damn, what is he pulling? A hard maneuver? This is the combat, ladies and gentlemen. Just circle strafing something. He has a lot of shields. I will be here for a while. I may not actually win this one. Oof, holy crap, that was ramming. And I exploded. One shot at me, now over 370% HP. But that is the general idea behind Kinetic Void, and that is where I shall end my video, men and gentle ladies. I hope you liked it. I know I rambled a bit in this one, but there really wasn't much going on, unfortunately. This game is kind of bland at the moment. There's not a whole hell of a lot going on. It'll get a lot better as, you know, things move along. Excuse me, but I will definitely take a look at this later on as things get better in the game, but for the moment, it's kind of just not much going on. Oh, and by the way, as a point of mention, I did say you can function with more power than you have. I have 37,500 power to work with. I need 84,085, and I'm still doing, you know, I still could work just fine. Excuse me. But anyway, that is where I shall end the video. Hasta la vista, adios, and das vidania.